A strip footing 1.5 meter wide rests on a surface of a dry cohesionless soil having angle of friction 20 degree and unit weight 19 kilonewton per cubic meter. If the water table rises temporarily to the surface due to flooding, calculate the percentage reduction in the ultimate bearing capacity of the soil. Assume N gamma as 5. In this question, type of footing is strip footing. Its width is 1.5 meter. What is the depth of foundation? Basically, that footing is resting on the surface. Hence, df is 0. The footing is directly placed on the ground surface. Properties of the soil are angle of friction 20 degree and unit weight 19 kilonewton per cubic meter. Here we want to find out the reduction in the ultimate bearing capacity. This means what? Here, in the first situation, we have to find out ultimate bearing capacity without considering the water table. Thereafter, in second stage, we have to find out ultimate bearing capacity by considering water table up to the surface. And then we will compare the values and we will find out the percentage reduction. Here, only one bearing capacity factor is mentioned, which is N gamma, that is 5. Let us show these details on the diagram. Here on the diagram, we can see this is the strip footing. Its width is 1.5 meter. And according to the information given, this footing is resting on the ground surface. So this is the ground surface. Alright. Below that, we have this soil. Now this soil has properties phi equals to 20 degree and gamma equals to 19 kilonewton per cubic meter. Here, as per the condition, sometimes water table rises to the ground surface during the flood. Hence, water table will be considered here. Value of N gamma is 5. Here, the saturated unit weight is not mentioned. Hence, gamma, which is 19 kilonewton per cubic meter for dry cohesionless soil, same value we will assume for saturated condition. So, same value will be taken as gamma saturated in calculation. Our first step is to find out ultimate bearing capacity of the soil in dry condition. Ultimate bearing capacity of soil in dry condition is represented as QU1, which is equal to CNC plus gamma df NQ plus half gamma B N gamma. Here nowhere the failure is punching shear failure, local shear failure or general shear failure is mentioned. But value of N gamma is given, which is 5. Hence, we can directly pick up this equation for ultimate bearing capacity and we will substitute the given values in this formula. Now, this soil is a cohesionless soil. Therefore, C is going to be 0. At the same time, footing is resting on the ground surface. Hence, df is going to be 0. Thus, first two terms in the equation will be 0. What will remain? Only half gamma B N gamma. That's why value of only N gamma is mentioned here. Fine. So, QU1 is equal to half gamma, which is 19, multiplied by B, which is 1.5, multiplied by N gamma, that is 5.00. Solving this, we will be getting ultimate bearing capacity of soil in dry condition. So, QU1 comes out to be 71.25 kilonewton per meter square. In the next step, we will find out ultimate bearing capacity of the soil considering water table at the ground level. Ultimate bearing capacity of soil when water table is at ground level. So, the equation would be QU2 equal to half gamma B N gamma multiplied by reduction factor RW2. Here, the first two terms are ignored. The reason is cohesion is 0 and depth of foundation is 0. So, our purpose is to find out Rw2 first, thereafter Qu2. Thus Rw2 equals to 0.5 multiplied by 1 plus Zw2 divided by B. What is Zw2? Zw2 is depth of water table below the base of the foundation. Here base itself is resting on ground surface and water table is at the ground surface. Therefore, Zw2 will be equal to 0. So this is going to be 0.5 multiplied by 1 plus Zw2 would be 0 divided by B, which is 1.5. So solving this, we will be getting Rw2 as 0.50. Now substitute the corresponding values in this equation and get value of Qu2. So Qu2 equals to half gamma, that is 19, multiplied by B 1.5 multiplied by n gamma, that is 5, multiplied by reduction factor Rw2, that is 0.5. Hence Qu2 comes out to be 35.625 kilonewton per meter square. In the next step, we need to find out reduction in the ultimate bearing capacity. So Qu1 is 71.25 and Qu2 is 35.625. So if we compare the formula here, we can observe that half gamma B n gamma, half gamma B n gamma. These two things are same in both the equation. Only the reduction factor 0.5 is additionally multiplied here. So it is evident that Qu1 is twice of Qu2 or Qu2 is reduced by 50% than Qu1. Let us show it in mathematical form. So reduction in ultimate bearing capacity. Percentage reduction is equal to Qu1 minus Qu2 divided by Qu1 multiplied by 100. Qu1 is 71.25, Qu2 is 35.625. In the denominator, it is Qu1, so 71.25 multiplied by 100. So this will give us percentage reduction as 50%. So this is the answer.